So today we're going to be looking at factorization and solving for the unknown using factorization. Right. Now, I want us to bear in mind that there are different types of factorization. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the different types of factorization. Okay, and if I'm being honest, your teachers can't really deviate from these. Okay, because those are the only types of factorizations we get. Okay, different factorizations. Now, the first kind of factorization that we always get is called a highest common factor. Okay, a highest common factor. And you guys should be familiar with this. Okay. Highest common factor. Okay. The second one, this one, you guys know it as HCF. I think you guys have learned this one as HCF. All right. Especially Poppy, I want to hear if you can see what's happening on my screen. Okay. Excellent. I'm getting a lot of thumbs up. That's awesome. All right. Good stuff. That's number one. The second type of factorization they could possibly ask you for is the difference of two squares. Okay. Difference of two squares. Right. This is also known as dots. So if your teacher has ever said dots, that's it, Emihle, dots. Okay, dots. That's when I have something like x squared minus 9, and then I can open up two brackets and factorize it like that. I put a plus and a minus here, and that would be x plus 3 and x minus 3. That's dots, right? The third type that they can possibly ask us for is a trinomial. Okay, a trinomial, which is also known as a quadratic. Okay, a quadratic. Now, a quadratic is when we get things like x squared plus 5x plus 6, in which case we're still going to open two brackets, and that'll be positive and positive, x plus 2 and x plus 3. That's a trinomial. The fourth type that they could possibly ask you for is grouping. Grouping is also known as a common bracket, but we hardly ever see this one. It's not that common when we are doing these kinds of questions, so we're not going to bother with that one for now. All right, so these are the four types of factorizations that we learn about in grade 9. So if you're not familiar with them, you need to really get familiar with them. Okay. Kwezi, not that I've heard of. Not that I've heard of. Okay. All right. So these are the types of factorizations we're going to be looking at in this particular question. All right. We're going to look at this first question over here that says solve for x. Or normally the question, let's say in a test paper or something, would normally say solve for the unknown. Solve for the unknown. Okay. And in this particular question that we're going to be looking at, x squared plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 20. We are solving for x. So the instruction here would say solve for x. Tammy, let me just read your question, ma'am. Can't we separate trinomials to perfect square trinomials and non-perfect square Yes, we can. But the only way we're going to see that is if they're already factorized for us. Okay, so in this case, we need to be able to identify it because they haven't really done the work for us here. Okay, so you need to identify what kind of factorization it is. All right, let's start with this first question over here. Now, the only way we're ever going to be able to solve for this unknown, guys, is if we can get a 0 on this side. I need 0 here. I need 0. I need 0 on the right-hand side. So I'm going to take my 20, and I'm going to take it over to the other side. Mpo, can you tell me what's going to happen if I take positive 20 over to the other side of the equal sign? You can swipe left or right, and you'll be able to see a nice big speak button. You can click on it, and you'll be able to unmute for me. Yes. Mamello, I'm seeing you saying Is it a must to have the 0? Yes, we must have the 0. Okay, all right, I'm going to take Lissetti's answer. Paul, once you've figured out how to unmute for me, you can unmute for me, my boy. All right, so I'm going to get x squared plus 5x plus 6, and the positive 20 will come over and become minus 20 is equal to 0. Okay, it becomes minus 20 is equal to 0. Then I'm going to clean this up. I need you guys to add like terms over here. What is positive 6 minus 20? Positive 6 minus 20 would give me how much? Tell me in the chat, guys. Good stuff. Well done, Tammy and Khumuto. I see you. And Leia, good. X squared plus 5x minus 14 is equal to 0. I just added like terms there. Now, as soon as I see that I have a 0 on this side, as soon as I have a 0 on this side, then I can factorize. Only then can I factorize. Okay, factorize. What kind of factorization are we going to do over here, guys? What kind of expression do we have? That's it. Ooh, Leia, you are on fire. That's it. That's the one. That's the one. Good, Khumuto. That's it. Okay. I think it's Khumuto. Yes, it's supposed to be Khumuto. There's an S missing. Okay, good. It's a trinomial. It's a trinomial. So I'm going to open 2 brackets. I'm going to open 2 brackets is equal to 0. I already know that the factors of x squared are going to be x and x. And then I'm going to have to find factors of 14, guys, factors of 14 that are going to give us positive 5 when added together. Yes, Palisa?
Ma'am, the factors of 14 are 1, 2, 7, and 14.
Excellent. Okay, Palisa, you're giving me the correct answers, but I want you to multiply them together so that they give me 14. So 1 times what will give me 14? 1 times?
1 times 14.
Good. And that will give me 14. And what else?
And then 2 times 7.
Good. 2 times 7. All right. The reason I want us to match them, Palisa, is because I can't then decide I'm going to use 7 and 1. That's not going to work.
Yes.
I need to match them together. Okay. And that's why we need to make sure we're multiplying them. We're multiplying them to give us 14. Good. Now, 2 of these numbers, one of these pairs, Palisa, is going to add or subtract to give us 5. Which 2 is that?
Ma'am, it is 1 times 14.
Okay, cool. But remember, if I take 1 times 14, Palisa, I'm going to get 14 minus 1. Is that going to give me the 5 I'm looking for?
No.
No.
Meaning, ma'am, it's
even 1 minus
7.
14 is going to help me. That one's not going to help me. So which one can we use?
Ma'am, we can use 2 times 7.
Good. We can use 2 times 7. We know that one's not going to work. 2 times 7, but I need to add them. Add them for me so that they give me, add or subtract them so that they give me plus 5. How can I rewrite them?
So, ma'am, it's going to be negative 2 and positive 7.
Excellent. Negative 2 plus 7 will indeed give us positive 5. So that's exactly how we're going to put them into our brackets, Palisa. I'm going to go x minus 2 and x plus
7.
Excellent. All right. Don't go away. I want us to do the next step together. We're going to split this together. Okay. I'm going to split this. And we're going to take this first bracket and we're going to make it equal to 0. So I'm going to go x minus 2 is equal to 0. Or can you do the other bracket for me, Palisa?
X plus 7 equals to 0.
Good. Now we're going to solve for x. So I'm going to take negative 2 over to the other side of the equal sign, and I'm going to take my positive 7 over to the other side. So this is going to give me that x is equal to what?
Is equals to, I think it's 2.
Yes, positive 2, because if it's negative 2 on this side, what's going to happen when it goes to the other side of the equal sign? It becomes...
Oh, it's a positive.
Good, it's a positive. or x is equal to, what will happen to my positive 7 when it goes over to the other side? It will become?
It's going to be a negative 7.
Wow. Flowers, stars all around. Well done. 100%. Very, very well done, Vanessa. That is the answer I'm looking for. That was amazing. Well done. Okay, excellent stuff. I see Kwezi saying, ma'am, can I try the first time? I'm going to need you to raise your hand for me, Kwezi, so that we can do it together. Okay. All right. All right, let's look at A. I'm going to write A down. 3x squared minus 9x is equal to 0. Kwezi, look for a little button that looks like this. It's like a little man with a face, but he's got a plus sign there. Look for that, dude. How much will a question like this count in the exam? 4 marks. Okay. So we're going to give you 1 mark for transposing, 1 mark for factorizing, and 2 marks for the final answer. So 4 marks. Not 5, 4. 4 marks. Okay. All right. Kwezi, how are you doing?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi. Are you ready for this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. All right. Tell me, can I factorize? What do I need to make sure there is on the right-hand side before I can? I need to make sure that I have a what on this right-hand side here?
A common factor.
On the right-hand side, what do we always need to have? Look, it's common.
Oh, a zero, ma'am.
Good. It's a 0, but I already have a 0, right? I already have a 0, so I don't have to worry about a 0. I can just go ahead and what's my next step? If I already have a 0, what can I do?
We can take out the common factor.
Oh, look here. Good. Yes, we factorize. Yes, we take out the common factor. What is the common factor, by the way?
X.
Just X? Numbers can be common factors too.
Oh, 3x. 3x.
Good, 3x. That's it. Good. So I'm going to open a bracket because I've taken 3x out as a common factor. What am I going to have left? Remember, I need to multiply, divide this by 3x, divide this by 3x. What am I going to have left in my bracket?
We left with 3x minus 3x equals to 0.
No. Okay.
No,
have a look here.
X. Oh, x minus 3. Sorry.
X minus 3. That's it. Good. I'm going to have x minus 3 is equal to 0. Remember, when we take out a common factor, we're actually dividing by it. So the 3's will go away. X squared divided by x will give us x. And 9 divided by 3 will give us 3, and x divided by x will fall away. Okay, that's how we get x minus 3. Okay, cool. Now that I've factorized, I can split. I'm going to take this, just this part, this first part here, and split it, and take this part over here. And I'm going to make both of them equal to 0. So my first one is going to read 3x is equal to 0, or finish up for me, Kwezi.
X minus 3 equals to 0.
Beautiful. Equals to 0. All right, let's solve for this first one over here. What do I need to do to get x on its own? Remember, my answer must read x is equal to something.
You must divide by 3 on both sides.
Good. We need to divide by 3 on both sides. Excellent. What is 0 divided by 3, by the way?
It's 0, ma'am.
0. Good. Or x is equal to what?
3.
Ah. Mwah. I love to hear it. You guys are feeling my fire. Thank you, Kwezi. Amazing stuff. Very well done. Very, very well done. Okay, I'm seeing somebody says, can I please do B? I need you to put your hand up for me, please, Chloe, so that we can do B together. All right. All of you who want to try the questions, just put your hand up for me and I'll get to you. All right. Hi, Chloe. How are we doing?
Hi, ma'am. I'm fine.
I'm good, thank you. Let's do not B, not C, B. Let's do B together. Okay. B says x squared minus 7x minus 18 is equal to 0. First thing I need to make sure of. What is the first thing I need to make sure of?
That there is a 0.
Good. And is there a 0?
Yes.
Good. So what's my next step?
Figuring out your factors of 18.
Yes, or we're going to factorize. Okay, that's what I'm getting at. What kind of expression do I have here? I have a
trinomial.
Excellent. So the first thing I'm going to do, Chloe, is I'm going to open 2 brackets.
2 brackets.
Good. If you fail at anything, at least be good at putting an X and an X there. Okay. All right. Open 2 brackets and put X and X. That's the one thing we can guarantee before we go. Now you can find me the factors of 18, my sweetie. What will they be?
18 and 1 times 18, 9
Good.
times 2, and
Good.
6 times 3.
6 times 3. Excellent. Now I need 2 of these numbers to plus or minus to give me negative 7.
It's 9 and 2.
Good, but which one of them is which? Because I need negative 7. So if I go 9 minus 2, I'm going to get positive 7. So what does this need to look?
It will be minus 9 in the first bracket and then plus 2 in the second bracket.
Oh, you rock star, you. That's it. Exactly. X minus 9 and X plus 2. Now, what is our next move?
We write it and then say it equals to 0, and then we carry
Good, we split it. Excellent. Tell me what to write.
X minus 9 equals to 0, and then X plus 2 equals to 0.
Okay, good. You're 100% correct, Chloe. We just need to remember this or is very important. Don't leave it behind. Okay, so bring it with you. Now we're going to go X minus 9 is equal to 0 or X plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, don't leave the or behind. Bring it with you. Right. Therefore, that means that X is equal to?
Positive 9.
Good.
And
not and. Or, good. Or.
X is equal to negative 2.
Ah, look at that. I've never been happier. Chloe, you rock. You're amazing. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Guys, you guys are just like, whoa. Teacher, when Teacher Kat made this lesson, she said to me, I want to challenge them. I want to make it difficult for them. Look at you guys just bam, 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 once. I love it. Excellent stuff. Well done. Leah says, ma'am, if you don't put the or, is the whole question wrong? Technically, yes. Yes. In grade 9, we might be lenient and mark it anyway, but I can guarantee you by the time you get to grade 10 and grade 11, they're going to mark it wrong. Okay, so don't leave it out. Okay, Kwena is saying, ma'am, where did you get the negative 2? Kwena, if I take positive 2 to the other side of the equal sign, what's going to happen to my positive 2? It'll become negative. All right, let's have a look at C. Nokubonga, is your hand up, my sweetie? All right, x squared minus 121 is equal to 0. Nokubonga, where are you? Let's have a chat.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you doing, my sweetie?
I'm good. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good, thank you. All right. First thing we need to check is, do we have 0 over here?
Do we have what, ma'am?
Do we have a 0 on the right-hand side?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, literally, I need you to mute for me, my sweetie. Mute, please.
Ma'am?
Mute. Click the mute button. Okay, now unmute again for me, Nokubonga, because I'm getting a lot of.
I did, ma'am.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it is echoing. It's not. Okay. Tell me, what is my next step? What do I do next?
So ma'am, we need to get the x alone. So the x, when we factorize, we first need to check
our first step, we first need to check if is there a common factor, and there's no common factor. So we go to our next step, and it is equal to 0. So we do the difference between two squares.
Beautiful. Okay.
So it's x minus 11, if I'm not mistaken, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
And then x plus 11.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. And then since we're done and it's equal to 0, we're going to say x minus 11 equal to 0, or x plus 11 equal to 0.
Finish
And
up.
then from there on, because we're moving it to the other side, when we move it to the other side, the signs must change. So we're going to say, therefore, x equal to positive 11, because when we take negative 11 to the other side, it becomes a positive. And then the other x will be negative 11, because the 11 is positive, and we're taking it to the other side, which is going to be negative.
Wow. Bellissimo. I finally learned the Italian word for wonderful. It's bellissimo. Nokubonga. Mwah. Excellent. Okay. Well done. And for those of you who are like, there's another way to do it. Absolutely, there is. Okay. We can easily do this. We can take the negative 121 over to the other side, and we will get x squared is equal to 121, and we can find the square root of both sides. Okay, and we can get x is equal to plus or minus the square root, plus or minus the square root of 121, which is plus or minus 11, which just means one of the answers is 11, the other one is negative 11. Mamello, where did I lose you? You need to be very specific when you say, ma'am, you lost me. I need to find you, so tell me where I left you behind. Okay, I had a volunteer for D. I had somebody who said they wanted to do D, and I think we can do D quickly before we continue. Sponello, yay, where are you? Is your hand up? There you are. Hi, Sponello.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, my sweetie. All right, I'm going to rewrite the question down here. X squared minus 2x plus 21 minus 2x plus 21. Not 21, teacher Coco. 21 is equal to 5x plus 11. All right. Sponello, what's the first thing we need to make sure of?
Ma'am, you have to factorize.
Oh, no.
Look
When
for
do we
the highest common
factorize?
factor.
We can only
Wait, no,
factorize.
ma'am, you have two times the terms, ma'am.
No. What do I need on my right-hand side? What do I need here on this side here? I need check in the chat. Check in the chat. Everyone's helping.
0.
0. Good. Do I have 0 on my right-hand side?
No.
No. So what do I need to do with this 5x plus 11?
Ma'am, you have to move it to the left side. Say
Good. We
negative.
need to move it to the left. Good. Take everything over to the other side. Good. So tell me what I need to write. I'm going to have x squared
Minus 2x plus 5x
plus 5x
plus 27 plus 11.
21. Okay. 21.
21 plus
minus
11.
Why plus?
I'm using it positive. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Minus.
So what should have happened over here with this plus 5x?
Ma'am, repeat.
If we bring this plus 5x over to the other side, what must it become?
Has to become a minus.
Good. So we should have had minus 5x over there. You agree with me?
Yes.
So this should be minus 5x.
Isn't it because inverse?
Yes, it's the inverse. This is positive on the side. So when it comes over to the other side, it becomes negative. Okay. So it's negative 5x plus 21. And the 11, what happens to the 11 when it comes over? It also becomes?
A minus 11.
Good, minus 11. And all of this is now equal to what? To?
0.
Excellent.
0.
Okay. Now, before we can factorize Bonello, we need to add like terms. So let's add all the like terms quickly.
So, ma'am, it'll be negative 2x minus 5x. Is it minus or times?
It's minus. Yes, we're minusing from it. Negative 2x minus 5x.
Then it'll also be 21 minus 11.
Good, but you still need to do the calculations for me. What is negative 2x minus 5x?
Negative 7.
Negative 7 what?
X.
Good, negative 7x. Don't forget the x. All right. And then what is 21 minus 11?
10.
Good. Positive 10. Yes, not negative 10. Positive 10.
Equals to 0.
Ah, now he's getting it. Ladies and gentlemen, is equal to 0. What is my next step? Now that I have a 0 on the left-hand side, what can I now do?
We can now factorize and look for the highest common factor.
That's it. Now we can factorize. What kind of factorization are we going to do here? What kind of expression do we have?
Ma'am, you have to use the brackets. Trinomial.
Good. 2 brackets. It's a trinomial, therefore 2 brackets is equal to 0. Good.
X and another x.
X and another x. Beautiful. Now we can get to work. Give me the factors of 10.
1, 2
times. 1 times?
1 times 10.
Good. And?
2 times 6.
Ooh, what is 2 times 6 going to give us?
12.
Good. We don't
10.
want 12. We want 10.
2 times 5. 2 times 5.
2 times 5. That's it. Good. 2 times 5. Now, Bonello, you need to find me one of these pairs is going to give me negative 7. Which one is it?
Is it 5 minus 10?
Oh, I can't do it this way. I can only do them together. I can only pair them up together. So I can only use 1 and 10 or 2 and 5. I can't split them up. Okay.
Negative 5 and no, 5 and 2. Negative 5 and 2.
Okay. So if I use negative 5 and 2, is that going to be positive 2? Because negative 5 plus 2 will give me negative 3. It's not going to give me negative 7 like I want. Okay. So how do I get to negative 7 though?
Negative 5 minus 2.
That's it. Negative 5 minus 2. That means both my brackets will have a negative number in there, right?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me what goes into my brackets.
X minus 5.
And? X
minus 2.
Beautiful. All right, we're not done, Sponello. Let's keep going.
Then it will be X minus 5 equals to 0.
Good.
Or
X
minus 2 equals to 0.
Good. Finish up for me. We are right there.
Then it will be X is equal to 5.
Good.
Or X equals to 2.
Ah, my dude. Round of applause. Well done. Amazing. Sure. Ah, very well done. Excellent stuff, Sponello. So proud. Carlo says, is it okay if we wrote the -2 in the first bracket? Absolutely. Absolutely. You can write the -2, then the -5. Won't make a difference. Okay. All right. Before Chief does E for us, I need to ask you guys, give me a thumbs up if you're still okay. If we're still doing okay, give me a thumbs up, guys. Let me know how you're doing. Okay, I just need to go fetch E so that I know what it is. And I think we're going to stop at E for now. All right. Okay. Sponela's like anxious. It's okay. It's a learning progress. It's a learning curve. 4x squared minus 64. All right. Okay, here is E. Chief, are you ready? 4x squared minus 64 is equal to 0. Chief, are you there?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, how are we doing?
Good, and you?
I'm good, thank you. What is our first step here?
Won't we do a difference in squares?
Good, we would. We would. All right. So we would factorize. Why can we go ahead and factorize, Chief? Why are we going straight into factorizing?
Because the expression is already equal to 0.
Oh, like just high fives. Love it. Okay, cool. All right. But before we do difference of two squares, Chief, is there any other kind of factorization I could do first?
You can do for 4x.
Oh, not 4x. Definitely not 4x.
Negative 64.
Not quite. Somebody in the chat is giving us a hint. Kwesi is giving us a hint.
Divide by 4.
Divide by 4, because we can take 4 out as a common factor. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes, we can take 4 out as a common factor. If I take 4 out, what am I going to have left in my brackets, Chief? I'm going to get x squared minus
X squared minus 16.
Thank you, CEO. That's it. Good. Minus 16. Good. Is equal to 0. All right. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 4. Divide by 4, because we don't actually need this 4. We want the things with the x in it. Right. And those 4 will cancel. So I will end up with x squared minus 16 is equal to what? 0 divided by 4, Chief? What's 0 divided by 4? Okay, it's 0. I'm just not getting any response from you right now. It's 0. Good.
0.
Good. Haralo saying, where did we get the 16? If I divide here by 4, Haralo, and I divide 64 by 4, what is 64 divided by 4, Haralo? Okay, all right. Now, Chief, we can do dots. Do you agree? We can do a difference of 2 squares.
Yes.
Good. So what am I going to do?
You're going to put 2 brackets with x inside.
That's it. 0 x here and x there. Good.
And then you would, I think you would say minus 2 and minus 8.
In this case, Chief, what we need to do is we just need to take the square root of 16. Okay. Just take the square root of 16 and tell me what numbers, what number would we get?
Just a second. Square root of 16 is 4.
Good. So we're going to take one of the 4s and we're going to put them over here, and another of the 4s and we're going to put them over here. And all we're going to do is change the signs. I'm going to make this one plus and I'm going to make this one minus. Okay. That's how difference of squares works. Okay. We're just going to take the square root and then we're going to put 2 different signs. Okay. I'm not done. Let's finish up. Okay.
So now we are going to now we're going to say x plus 4 equals 0, or x minus 4 equals 0.
Good. All right. Therefore, x is equal to
-4 and
not
positive
and,
4.
not and.
Or x is equal to positive 4.
That's it. Beautiful stuff. All right. Well done, Chief. That was the answer I was looking for. Very, very nicely done. Excellent. Wow, very impressed. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well done. All right. Okay. Okay, Sanele, I'm going to ask you to, okay, your hand is already up. Okay. Hi, Sanele.
Hi, ma'am.
What did you do? What did you do, my sweetie?
Oh, I took the -64 to the other side, then divided by 4, which I got x squared equals to 16. Then I put the square root.
And then you got plus or minus 4, yes?
I got x equals to 4.
No, remember, it must be plus or minus 4. Okay. The reason for that, because I understand what you did. You did this 4x squared is equal to 64, divided both sides by 4, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You said x squared is equal to 16, and then you took the square root of both sides, and then you said x is equal to 4, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the problem with only getting one answer, Sanele, is that if I have 4 squared, what is 4 squared?
It's 16.
Good, it's 16. But what about -4 all squared? What is -4 all squared equal to?
16.
It's also equal to positive 16 because the negative and the negative will give us a positive, right?
Positive.
Good, positive 16.
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
see how both of these answers are equal to 16? Okay, so we can't just say x is equal to 4. We must say x is equal to plus or minus 4 because both of those answers give us 16. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, excellent. Your method, 100% correct. There'd be no issues. But if you skip out on that plus or minus 4, we're only going to give you 1 mark. Okay, you may miss out on the mark. All right. Very well done. All right, let's do a quick brain break and then we're going to finish up today's lesson because I think you guys have done a lot. We've done a lot today. Okay, now here's our first brain break, guys. I want you guys to think of this question and tell me how you would answer it. It says, multiply this number. We don't know what the number is. It says, multiply this number with any other number and you will get the same answer every time. What is the number? What is it? People are saying 0. Somebody says 1. Somebody says, isn't it itself? What is itself? What is this number? Itself, what is itself as a number? We need to figure that out. Okay, read it again. It says, multiply this number with any other number and you will get the same answer every time. What is the number? Okay, I see conflicting answers. People are like 1, other people are saying 0. Let's talk about this and see which answer it is that everybody got. Okay, let's think about it. All right. Now, For those of you who are saying 1, let's theorize this. Remember, guys, I'm going to need to get the same answer every single time. So let's say, for instance, I did the number 4. 4 times 1 would have to give me 4, right? So if I multiply every other number by 1, it needs to give me the answer 4. I think you guys can already know where I'm going. But what about 3 times 1? Is 3 times 1 going to give me 4? No, it's not. It's not going to give me 4. So it cannot be 1 because 1 doesn't give me the same answer every single time. However, if I multiply anything by 0, you guys are onto something, because 4 times 0 is equal to 0. And 3 times 0 is also equal to 0. And 5 times 0 is 0. So the only number I can multiply by and get the same answer every single time would be 0. So well done to everybody who guessed 0 the first time. Well done. 100%. Nicely done, guys. Nicely done. All right, let's look at the next one. The next one says, using only 8s, or only addition, add 8s to get the number 1000. How can we do this? We're only going to use addition, but you can only use the numbers 8. We can only use the number 8. How can we do it? 125 is not an 8, guys. 125 is not an 8. And Chief, you can't multiply. You can only add. We are only adding. You can only add. Leah is saying, add 8 125 times. Yo, guys, I'm going to be here all night. Yo, 8 plus 8 plus 8. Hi, whoa, no. Okay. I want you guys to think about this. Spam 8 on the calculator. I'm You, Gwena, that is long. It is long, but it will work. All right. I want you guys to bear in mind. I'll give you guys a hint. I'll give you guys a hint here quickly. Right. Kuhumelela, 992 is not 8. Okay. I want you guys to think about this. 8 is a number, yes? Okay. 8 is a number. And it consists of 8. But 88 is also a number that only has 8s in it. Okay, so 8 is a number with 8s, and 88 is also a number that has 8 in it. Anybody? Any ideas? Kwezi, what do you think?
Ma'am?
Yes.
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
I only put up my hand.
You only put
Yes,
up your
ma'am.
hand because?
Because I wanted to try F.
Okay, we're going to do F together, you and I, don't stress. But I want you to check this out. Okay, now if I go, instead of adding 8 plus 8 plus 8, what would happen if I did this? If I went 88 plus 88? What kind of answer would I get then?
88 plus 88, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get 176.
Good, I would get 176. Good. So do you see how the more 8s I add, the number gets bigger? Oh, Leia's got the answer. Well done. Do you see that? What if I did this, Kwezi? What if I went 888 plus 8?
8 plus 8. 896.
Oh, 896. Do you see how we're getting closer to 1,000?
Yeah. Okay.
We're getting there. So how can we actually add them together to get to the answer that we want? Okay, so we don't just have to use 1 8. Okay, but Leia's found the answer for us. Okay, I'm going to show you the answer that Leia gave us. Leia said 888 plus 88 plus 8 plus 8. And you can keep going. Okay, Molokadi, if you use 888 plus 888, it's going to go too far. Okay, remember, we want them all to add up to equal 1,000. Okay, so think about that, guys, and tell me what the equation needs to look like. Okay, if I go 888, well done, Mbalenke, that's it. That's it, Nkateko, you guys are getting it. Plus 88, plus 8, plus 8, plus 8. If I add up all of these numbers, they'll give me 1,000. Well done. Well done, guys. Amazing stuff. Okay. So it just takes us thinking out of the box a little bit. Leto, yours went the long way around. Hey, it went a long way around. But well done to Leah, who got it on the first try. Yes, teacher Kat said I must remind you guys that we're either going to give your brain a break or we're going to break your brain. So at this point, I feel like we broke your brain. I think my job is done. Well done to me. Excellent stuff. 100%. All right, let's finish up, guys. We're going to do the last question of the day. Okay. Oh, this is a different one, but I want us to do F rather. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, we can't do F. Okay, because that's a grade 10 concept. So I think maybe let's move on to A. Kwezi, are you still Kwezi without the surname? It's so funny. We have two Kwezis, and now I don't know which Kwezi I'm talking about. The Kwezi who had her hand up before. Do you want to put your hand up again so that we can do this question together? Or Tammy, would you like to do the question?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, my sweetie. What are we going to do with this question?
Okay, ma'am. I'll do this, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going and we have to make sure that we have a 0 on the right hand side. So what we're going to do is we're going to transpose negative 2y squared plus 7 to the left hand side, which
excellent.
is
Good. What will I get?
7y squared plus 2y squared minus 29 minus 7 equals 0.
Ah, we are off to an amazing start. Okay, excellent. What's next?
Then we're gonna subtract and then the like terms. So we're gonna say 7y squared plus 2y squared is gonna give us 9y squared minus 36, because negative 29 minus 7 is 36 equals to 0.
Good. Oh, beautiful. What next?
Ma'am, highest common factor.
Yes, highest common factor, which is
9.
oh my gosh. Yes, if I take 9 out as a highest common factor, what comes next?
Y squared minus 4 equals to 0.
Ah, equal to 0. Before we move on, what can we do with this 9?
Then we are going to divide on both sides.
Ah, yo, Tammy, you're making my heart is so full right now. I love it. I love it. Keep going.
And then
What
we're
are we
going
going to
to
get?
have y squared minus 4 equals to 0, because 0 divided by 9 is 0.
Ah, wonderful. And then?
Then we're going to have 2 brackets, because then we have difference of 2 squares. And then we're going to have y on both brackets. And then the factors of 4, which is 1 times 4 and 2 times 2.
Okay, remember when we're doing difference of 2 squares, you just need to find the square root of this number. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Yes,
so what are we going to
then
get?
Then we're going to have a positive 2 in one bracket and a negative 2 in the other bracket. And then we're going to say y plus 2 equals to 0 and y minus or y minus 2 equals to 0.
Good. Oh, I'm glad she remembered the or. Good. Y plus 2 equal to 0 or y minus 2 equals to 0. Good.
And then y is equal to negative 2 or y is equal to positive 2.
I don't know how to do it the way Teacher Cat does it, but oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. Yo, Tammy, mwah. Love it. I'm going to sleep happy. Just happy dreams. You are a whole legend. You are an OG. I love, love, love it. Yo,
Thank you,
Tammy,
ma'am.
look, if you had to look at this, you get a mark here and you get a mark there and you get a mark here and you get a mark there and there. 5 out of 5 for Tammy, everybody. Flowers, flowers, flowers. You're amazing. Well done. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Never been so happy, guys. Love it.